Welcome back to the Henselite Victorian Open. This is 2024. Looking at men's singles action. And we've got a host of events still to come. Some triples action tomorrow. And then all of our finals to come after that. We are here at Trareworn Bowls Club. We're looking forward to a great match between Grant Catterick and TODD TREWARNE. My name's Tony Sherwell. Joining me in commentary is Sam Rogers.
Evening, Tone. Oh, this is number 3 headset after all. There
You've got it. You're spot on. Never a doubt. We're just waiting for the bell to ring and get us underway here. These are, of course, 2.25 hour time limit. Singles is 21 up. And we're not too far off. There are 5 men's singles matches at this venue, 3 not too far down the road at Morwell, and 2 women's singles matches at each venue. Ready to get us all the way down to the business stage. These are men's singles looking to get into a quarter-final, and women's quarter-finals looking to get into a semi-final. You can follow along with all the scores for the afternoon through BowlsLink, and by end scores will be taken. Of course, you can stick with us here on BVTV. We will stream the Grant Catterick v TODD TREWARNE match. Promises to be a high quality affair. Moments away from getting started here. Incredible game just previously with Jan Hurst, Alison Miles going all the way through the time limit, expiring when it was 20 all, so they tossed a coin. Jan Hurst just getting the chocolates in that match. For her reward, she gets to play Tash Van Eldick. And the other quarter-final in the women's singles is Stephanie Hunt from Warrnambool up against Sammy Atkinson from Richmond Union. As I say, you can follow on those scores on BowlsLink, and we are underway here. This is Grant Catterick on the mat. Kiwi. Much success before he came to Australia many years ago. He's had some deep runs in some of our events. So keen viewers will have seen him before. Plays out of Clayton Bowls Club. TODD TREWARNE needs no introduction. State champion. Part of the victorious Premier Division winning side at Melbourne Demons a few years back. Now playing for the Melton Mustangs. Which way do you see this one going, Sammy?
In some good form, Toddy, but well aware as well, Tone, that Grant Catterick doesn't mind a bit of singles, but I did hear him talking before that he's got through his games, but wasn't overly pleased with how he's been playing. So, I mean, sometimes it's the best way to go about it. If you're able to get through the tight ones where you're not playing your absolute best, obviously far easier conditions in here than what it's been outside for most of the day. It's come through 3 knockout games to get to this point. It's a good effort, so expecting a tight one.
Well, a bit of drama early. Scotty Beauchamp's just gone with a big drive and it's careered through and collected a bowl in the head next door. Not 100% sure it's been replaced in the exact right spot. Got to be certainly very aware of all 7 rinks going. Expect to see some fireworks from TODD TREWARNE. He's got a very good drive on him. Good chance we'll see some of that at some stage during this match.
Yeah, good hit. Just struggling to get back. Falls in late.
Confirmed by our marker extraordinaire, Bobby Carlson, also a life member of Bowls Victoria. Confirmed Grant Catterick holding 1. He's got his weight right, line just a little bit off. First time these gents have been inside all day. They've been on the greens outside, so some of them have even come from another venue earlier on today. So it may take an end or two to get used to things, Sammy.
Yeah, especially on, talked about it before, this rink. We've got on the live stream, definitely not the easiest. Although the ladies in the previous game, Alison and Jan from N1, both right on. Talked about that drive tone. Here it is, opening ends. All close. Gets you through the jack, and he's what a couple here.
Yeah, not a toucher, so Bobby will pull that one out, but he has made a couple.
Pretty confident it is two. Jack on the respot, confirmed.
Good start for Todd Trewarne. Doesn't miss too many on his drive, that's for sure. Michael Funk is on the rink next door. He's picked up a single to open his account against Ben Sale from Middle Park.
Both came through some, sorry to cut you off, some quality games in the last round. Both coming right down to the end. Benny Sale getting over Lee McElvenny.
21-20?
21-20 on actually the last bowl. Could have gone either way. Lee had a chance to trail the jack to his bowl and instead sliced it the other way for what would end up being game down. And Michael came through and got the goods against Ray Jansen. Also 21-20. Quality games.
Dean Curran from Middle Park taking on Wayne Pretty from Layla. Next rink over, Scotty Boshin up against Maddie Robertson. And then the women's semis, women's quarters, as we said. Jan Hurst up against Tash Van Eldick. And Stephanie Hunt up against Sammy Atkinson. On the far rink for us is Grant Catterick, just misses the jack. Far rink is Frankie Krislovich up against Wayne Morris. As I said, all those scores will be live scored. We'll keep you up to date as this game progresses.
Grant with his first on this forehand side. Just crashing with his second, still holding shot. As you said, so in the other half of these games, or the other half of the draws, all being played at Morwell this evening. It's Todd better here, giving this a great chance to sit the bowl or trail a little piece of the jack, and goes with it for shot. Well played.
Catterick does get it away very smooth. A little bit extra pace now, trying to dislodge the shot bowl, and does it beautifully. That's what the big cat can do. We're out with him one night, Sammy, at one of the events. I ran into him at a restaurant or bar somewhere, and we were just chatting, and he goes, "Look, I know I look like a frog in a blender when I deliver."
Love that, just self-confessed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He's got quite an awkward gait and an awkward stance on the mat. And when he gets off the mat, it's quite awkward. All self-confessed, this is what he was telling us. But yeah, look like a frog in a blender, but I've had a bit of success.
Absolute gun lead in Clayton's Premier A side. And a handy singles player in his own right.
Yeah, I've got a feeling he won a big tournament in New Zealand. I'm going to say New Zealand Open singles or something like that, or Open pairs one year. Toddy just taking his own ball out. So he's certainly got the resume. He'll have his work cut out against Todd Trewarne, though. Afternoon, Brendan.
Toddy clipping his own one out there, gives Grant a pretty good look at it. Draw for 3 to get him on the board. Just needs to get under this one and settles. Probably pretty fortunate. if he has snuck in 4-3. I think Toddy's conceded. Some good little contests in the men's side of the draw as well, and more well toned. Tyson Cromie and Brett Marnie were seen on stream on the same team a couple nights ago.
Yep.
Now come
Pairs
face to
partners
face.
become foes.
Yeah, we're in a 16 contest. Matty Curter, very established player. Rod Peterson's in some good form this week as well, Tone.
It's almost the battle of the dark horses, those two, isn't it? Both of them.
Both very, very capable. The other game in the men's side of the draw is also Dave Ashby against Neville Brown. They've knocking off Kevin Anderson in the last round. Dave Ashby getting past Alex Houston at Glenroy.
Correct. And before that, the great Matt Flapper.
Yeah.
A close match, 21-18, I believe.
Plenty of quality players, everyone in form as you'd expect to get this stage. You don't fleek your way to a round of 16 Vic Open singles stage, Tone.
Yeah, that is true. Good crowd building here too, Sammy.
It's been pretty good all day for your Sunday afternoon. And
it certainly has. What a way to spend it.
A few of those players that have already been knocked out today have stuck around.
Yep. The mezzanine quite full. And behind the players, also quite full. Every seat taken. Cut one out, Todd Trewarne with his last. Grant Catterick still holding.
Grant opting to swap over onto his backhand. Being a left-hander and just about draws the shot. I reckon Bobby Carlson signalled still 3 down there, so bit of work for Todd to do here.
Got better eyes than I, has Bobby Carlson, so we'll go with what he says.
Good area here, Todd. This is right on it. Great shot.
Matters not how many down. He's now 1 up.
Grant trying to follow Toddy down, trying hard now, and then gets a
little right-hand turn, we call that.
That's a bit odd. Yeah, don't know if it had the weight to get all the way back to the jack anyway, but
True.
Just another one in the area. Toddy with last bowl of the end, holding 1.
Good calling from you, Sam. You're on fire early. Speaking of on fire, Scotty Boshin up against Matty Robertson, leading 5-0. Scotty?
Scotty Boshin has had some good results so far.
Mm.
Had a decent run in the pairs as well. Todd's right here if you've just got the weight.
The line was beautiful.
Look at the track on that, yep.
Take one out. I think you'll have to be content with 1.
Ties things up at 3 apiece. Of course, all these games 21 up. A little time limit, which came into play last game, Tone.
It did. We don't often get to it, but the very last match we saw did. So, gee, Scotty Boshin's just trailed the jack back for probably holding another 2 or 3. So. Come to play today, the man in orange hat, orange shoes, orange bowls.
Yeah.
Eating an orange. fair call. Benny, Bobby has done it all, whether it's Commonwealth Games, World Championships, National Championships, State Championships, region and club. There is nothing he hasn't done. Been a humble and long-lasting servant of the sport. The only knock on him is when we played the Australian Open pairs together and he couldn't get us through our section.
Ah.
I was just too much of a handbrake for him, Sammy. We did have the dubious honour of winning our last match at the Vic Open and the Australian Open in 1 year, though. Not many people can say that.
And back on the greens again tomorrow morning, Tone.
I am, yes. Looking forward to that. A bit of triples action tomorrow morning. Be up nice and early. Heading out to Ballara. See the kind folk out there. Good track again from Grand Catterick. Jack back, holding a couple now.
Oh, says the green out there is running pretty nicely as well.
Yeah, I won't know the difference, to be honest. But could be the worst player in the history of the world, but gee, I'm going to have some fun.
Alrighty. Todd a couple down. Has an open draw on the backhand side.
Lovely draw ball from Toddy TREWARNE. Grant Catterick's had enough of that. He's going to try and drive it out.
Chance here. Well, gets the jack out of bounds. Touch on the way through. That could be respotted on the 2 metre mark.
We'll just see if we can get that camera down slightly and we'll see. Is Toddy TREWARNE cut any out or is it still Grant Catterick?
Yeah, I think the...
Grant Catterick for one?
I went to say what it was and then I wasn't really sure, Tone.
It's close.
Well, just to the right of centre line is the shot of Grant Catterick's, and then...
And there's one on the ditch to go with.
Touch on the way through. Don't think that affects anything. Anyway, bit of room for both the guys to draw in. Both have one to come. Todd, very wide track here. Tony has made hard work of that, but probably draws the shot.
Yep.
Speed.
It's Grant Catterick will have had a look. Be interesting to see if he goes for that bowl, if he does think he's holding. But may well just have to try and draw it in.
Alright, can Grant Catterick draw the shot back? Got some speed on it.
Oh, does he bring the one on the ditch into play, Sam?
Got some speed on it and it's middled the jack, and I reckon that's just about brought nearly the toucher in the ditch. His third bowl into the count.
Well, Todd takes one out. I start to have a look. Sure, Grant Catterick really considered the one in the ditch there, but
I reckon he had no idea that he had a toucher in the ditch, to be honest, Tone.
did not even look at it. So anyway,
Okay, one.
maybe did, and was just well aware that it wasn't in.
Quicker around the grounds as Grant plays his first bowl. Ring next door. It's Michael Funk up against Ben Sale, 4 shots to 3. A little bit of middle park representation.
There
here
is.
in the round of 16 here, Tony, because Dean Curran on the ring next door. Got a tough task against Wayne Pretty from Laylaw. Wayne leading 3-2, although that noise you heard was from Dean. He's peeled the bowl out for a multiple.
You know what, Sammy, markers are going to have to be fully on their toes
There's
this match.
plenty happening every end. Scotty Boshin, as we mentioned earlier, on to a great start, leading Matt Robertson 5 shots to 2 in the other men's game on the far rink there. It's Wayne Morris leading Frankie Krislovich 6 shots to 2. Grant just missing wide. And the two women's games, Tash found Eric off to a much better start than her previous game, leading Jan Hurst 7-1.
Just picked up a 3, Sammy, so getting her to a lead of 7-1. That's why she's one of the world's best.
Yeah, that Todd's still holding one.
How many seconds do I have?
There you go, so Grant one down, just has 1 second.
How's this for a track semi? Just missing under TODD TREWARNE's bowl.
How far short Ben closest goal? Well, about 4 inches in front of the jack. Ben's closest goal. Hang on, goal. I'll take that much.
Could well be in for second shot.
A little bit of an uneventful end, given that what's been happening in the first 4. Can happen on this rink sometimes, where you find it straight away. It can be a little bit tricky. He kicks one out. Have a look at the second.
Just putting a quick tape on this. It's TODD TREWARNE. You'll find out that second one's in pretty comfortable. Pick up 2 for his trouble. Chris Jones just putting a comment in that he was out at Pollara yesterday. He's had him covered, but check out the new uniform. I will. I saw somebody with a Pollara Demons uniform on in here the other day.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I've actually seen a few of them around this week.
I'm looking forward to it. I've not been to Pollara, so there's not that many clubs in Victoria I haven't been to over the last 20 years, but that's one of them, or if I have, it's more than 15 years ago. So looking forward to it. Okay. And Hurst picks up another single. Still trailing Tash Van Odek, 2-7.
Grant just trying to figure out, players can't quite see the jack from the mat. How much space he's got to draw another, or he's got to get 2 if he opts to cover the back. This is flying.
Just wanted to have a little swim.
What's the gap? With mine to yours? 10 inches. Behind.
Toddy just over the draw here, trying to turn the bowl. Yeah, flip the bowl off the jack or turn it over the jacks enough as well. Just missing. There's 3 past the head now.
Whisker away, Sammy.
All in good areas. Just doesn't have anything else to work off. Don't think Green will want to make this any easier for Todd.
No, he says he's done it again. Just too high for that speed.
Even if he stays on is okay. He's cutting it fine. No, drops in. All right. We'll see if Todd changes the speed here or not. Called earlier, Tony. Might see a bit of aggression. Do you reckon he'll go quicker at this or play something similar? He's probably only a bowl wide in the end.
I don't think he was too far away. I think he's probably got the confidence to draw it here.
Taking a bit of extra time. Don't mind this.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
All tone. It's a big wind up. Flick the bowl off clean.
CATTERICK still with 1 to come.
Missing wide. That's a huge drive by Natasha down there.
She gives it a roost. She's got a really aggressive game style, as we touched on a few times. Today we've seen her on the stream, but her drive, it is quick. Change over here, Grant CATTERICK. Can he get it back? See, this side's a little more sticky, so no change. Grant CATTERICK will pick up a single.
Back and forth. The opening 6 ends here, Tone. Obviously, end's not a factor. Just got to get to 21 before your opponent does. Locked at 5 apiece.
We've seen it can be very difficult to go from 20 to 21. A few players battle with that today. Michael Funk from Minyip picks up another shot. He now leads 5-3 over Ben Sale from Middle Park. Dean Coran on the rink next door. He's picked up a few ends in the start of the match and then struggled a little bit. Back on track now. 6-3. Starter from TREWARNE. Is this for a correction, Sammy?
Yeah, pretty good. No, it's still pulling up, isn't it?
Another couple of yards.
Can be a tricky, I don't know, for whatever reason, it can be tricky to nail these sort of length ends with the mat all the way back. And the jack up. It's not overly short, it's just a tricky sort of position. And Toddy's played this really well. Much easier to be a metre through and then drop a metre with your next on this sort of surface. Easy to correct the weight and gives you a better position. There's 1 on and 1 past. Cutters are still struggling to add the weight.
He's got 3 short of the jack. Closest one's about 4 foot away.
Last one of Grant's forces Toddy to change hands. Just overplayed this. It's just one, confirmed. We had it in the last game early on as well. It's absolutely shocking, isn't it?
It is. Oil that tape.
It's next
get a
door,
new
you
one.
can hear. Yeah, Cat is stalking this one.
This
If he
is
gets
a good
past his right
response.
tone, well,
Good,
needed
good
that.
response.
There's singles for you, and it falls back onto the jack. Might make it a little bit easier for Todd to trail now. It's a little bit more in the open off the line.
He's sort of got two options now, doesn't he? Grant Catterick has nothing past the jack.
Yep, can make a four here.
So Todd can go jack or bowl, ideally jack.
Hardest shot in the book, this forehand on this side with any weight.
I don't think it's too far away, so he needs to drop now. Nope,
Yeah, it's ended up wide by
it's the sticky hand,
margin,
isn't
and
it?
again, it's the hardest of the forehands, and any sort of conversion like that becomes very tricky. And for the first time in the game, Tony, back-to-back ends, Grant Catterick retakes the lead. Good open up. Todd sticking to the forehand side. Backed himself to draw around last bowl. Played it nicely. Catters has given up on the backhand side already. Yeah, good track. Just he's a little bit frustrated himself there. There was nothing for short, especially when his first bowl had finished.
Todd just with slightly better weight control. Grant's been able to get one or so bowls in there, but
Flicks that behind's good.
Todd's been a little bit more consistent, but it's not necessarily showing on the scoreboard just yet.
Nicely played by Toddy. Well, Catters is better here, I think. Tyrone just needs to hold on.
Good enough for second shot, Sammy.
Yeah, it doesn't make it easy for Todd either. Just confirm he's holding one. Nothing on the forehand anymore. Change over and just draw up to this. Either side of this bowl is okay. Just crashing. Nothing really for Catters to play it here. Just going to draw up to it. Get another one in the area. Falls back off his own. Might go close. Just lacking a little bit of speed again. Todd just seeing if he can play anything a bit more positive here or sit the last bowl through. Don't think there's a whole lot on. The angles are a little bit tricky. Holding a good one. Back himself just to draw up to it, this underneath. Can fall off of Grant's closest.
TREWARNE will have to be content with one. Levels this one up. 6 shots apiece, Semi. Neck and neck so far. Michael Funk leading Benny Sales 6-3. They've just updated that board now 7-3 next door. Dean Coran leading Wayne Pretty 10-3. Scotty Boshin leading Matty Robertson 9-5. Same scoreline. Tash Van Eldick leading Jan Hurst 9-5. Stephanie Hunt leading Sammy Atkinson 4-3. And on the far rink, Frankie Krislovich trailing by 1 to Wayne Morris. Action aplenty.
Frankie was down a couple early, so he's tying things up on the far rink.
When he's on song, Frankie, he can beat anyone.
Yeah, big result in the last game against J-Bite. It's a good win. He's in some good form, Frankie. Very dangerous singles player.
He sure is. Tash Van Eldick picks up another couple. 11-5 now is her lead. It's quarter-final action of the women's singles. The round of 16 of the men's singles for the Henselite Victorian Open in 2024. A lovely little touch on the jack from Grant Catterick. Of course, Sam, we're coming to you from Traralgon Bowls Club, one of the co-hosts of the Victorian Open, along with Morwell Bowls Club. Of course, during sectional play, we'll use another 15 or so venues around the Gippsland, Latrobe Valley area. Of course, we should thank our good friends at Destination Gippsland and Latrobe City Council for their generous support, enabling the event to come to the area, and in turn filling the hotels, the restaurants, the bars, the cafes. Good for everyone, this sort of event.
Just want to flick the back edge of that in. Hasn't, still holding his Grant. Of course, we'll be back for the next couple of days at Morwell for triples action.
Time for an upgrade in the commentary team, Sammy. Bringing in the one and only Josh Thornton. JT, afternoon.
G'day, Tone.
Seeing a high quality match here. I know you've been sitting on the sidelines paying attention.
Very tight so far.
Yeah, 6-all is the score. Grant Catterick holding 1. Todd TREWARNE will try and remove that. Stalking it. And that's why. Lovely bowl, Todd TREWARNE.
2, 3.
Grant Catterick's still got one to come though. Waste no time. He's fighting for it to get down.
Not the first time we've heard someone wheeling a bowl out there to get down. So JT, it might be close for the three here.
Yeah, I reckon. Looking at it from the angle. Two it was, Semi.
The first time Todd's picked up back-to-back ends in this match. Regains the lead, 8 shots to 6.
Not going to lie, Sammy. Where I've been sitting, I haven't been able to see the head the other way. I've been watching the head go this way. There we're going. Been keeping my eye on all the other rings, though, Sammy.
Yeah, some players in good form out there. JT obviously done superbly to win through 3 knockout games already today. Some of them haven't had a game under here yet. The fully enclosed facility here at Trareworn. Some tricky conditions earlier on today.
Very windy outside, wasn't it, Sammy?
Yeah,
It's a different temperature sitting right here.
it's always warm in here, isn't it?
I think at this time of the night, when we get a lot of people in here as well, it warms up even more.
It is packed, to be fair, at the moment. Plenty of people looking on, plenty of support. There's a few locals still going. Big middle park crew camped out behind the 2 rinks that Ben Sale and Dean Kieran are playing on.
The match on the far side is very tight.
Yeah,
Wayne Moose
Moose
Morris.
probably on top a little bit early, I think, based off the scores, but heard a little bit of noise from Franketh over there, and he's got himself back into the contest now.
Yeah, it's 9-8.
Down by 1. And a good start from Steph Hunt as well against Sam Atkinson. Up 5-3, so tight, low scoring affair. Sam looks to be holding a couple this end. Still 1 bowl each to come over there.
Natasha's got a bit of a lead at the moment against Jan Hurst, leading 12-5.
Big ask for Jan Hurst to back up after that last game. Obviously a fantastic win. So himself through to the quarter-final. Greg Catterick, has he... bit of 1-1. Carlson going to have a look. Might be close for the second. Oh, it is. So close that it's in for 2. Todd's absolutely nailed the track here. Again, don't know that's run far enough. Maybe good enough for second shot. Grant still holding 1. Last bowl of the ends. Another one of these ends where the Matt and Jack are just in a tricky spot and neither player has really found it. What's Grant done here? Wow, goodness gracious me, that is very, very sneaky indeed. Flicks on in for a couple. And once again, this game is tied. 8 shots apiece between Grant Catterick and Todd TREWARNE. It's a round of 16 men's singles contest, JT. There's absolutely nothing in this.
This match could go the whole way, Sammy.
Haven't quite got the live scoring up and going at Morwell, but I've got a few score updates coming through. Of course, two of the other women's singles quarterfinals underway. Lisa Phillips leading Jess Alvaro 13-4. And Emma Spicer taking on Selena Goddard. Selena up 8 shots to 4. Early stages. And a couple of men's games there as well. Tyson Cromie taking on Brett Marnie, what's known as Pidge, and Tyson's up 6-4. Early days. Tyson's had a couple tough games throughout the morning. It's come through on the right side of the result. All the way through to the last 16. And Maddie Curter on Peterson. Like that to be a close game. And it's going to come down to the wire. So Curter currently leading by 8 shots to 7. Those games played over at Morwell.
Another handy ball by Grant.
fair. Todd draws it off.
Yep.
It's a little bit of chalk on the way through. Still chance for Grant on his back end to come down, get a turn out of his own or land the shot bowl. Half a chance here, JT. Does he have enough weight to turn this over far enough?
Yep.
Turns it one roll in for shot. A little disappointed at that. He's going the shot. I thought that's pretty handy.
Maybe
I'd be pretty happy.
Maybe one or more. Maybe want to pass it and sit the other one.
Hungry. Still has a chance with that with his last if Todd doesn't change anything here. Needs to get another one in the area. Speed doesn't, still gives Grant a chance to sit. Todd's only bowl on the head through. He's going to come down for a closer inspection. A couple of other scores here at Traralgon. Michael Funk leading Benny Sale from Middle Park 7 shots to 5, although that was 1 to Ben, so now 7-6. Danny Curran leading Wayne Pretty 12 shots to 7. Scotty Boshin 6, Scotty Boshin 11, Matt Robertson 6. And looks like Wayne Morris has won the last couple of ends. Extends his lead back out to 11-8 over Frank Kuruzlovich. All these are round of 16 games. And CATTERICK has come back down the other end. Shaping up forehand here. Surprising.
I agree.
It was a pretty good chance on his backhand to sit Todd's bowl through the head. Anyway, let's see what he's come up with.
Just a bit high. Probably, well, a little bit of cover.
I don't know if he's played for cover. If he has, it's not a terrible spot. Todd's still looking on the respot to see what he has, but at the same time, it'd be unlucky if Todd was to play weight and clip his own out. There's a chance he gets both of these out and maybe drops 4. I know it'd be super unlucky, but at the stage of the game where it's tight, you don't want to expose yourself to dropping a number.
If he plays backhand, though, he's probably less chance of getting his own bowl out. Forehand, you're probably out. If he was going to play weight. Backhand, fairly big semi.
Yeah, it's just pretty solid weight. Quick, but not massive.
Geez, I didn't think it was going to hang on the high side. I thought it was going. Yeah. Interesting. Won a grand, is it?
Drifted slightly. Looks like it'll be another in the way of Grant CATTERICK, and he regains the lead. 9 shots to 8. Evening to you, Brendan Numbers. I hope you're well, pal. This is a very even contest. Absolutely nothing splitting both the boys so far. Round of 16 men's singles, first to 21. And let's just run away for a second. Gives us a chance to have a look at a couple more scores. Gave you the men's games just a moment ago. The two women's quarterfinals that are here. Well, Tash Van Eldik is looking
I reckon she's
pretty
holding
good.
Yeah,
JT
holding the one good
leading
one there.
16-5 and holding a very, very good one. The other game, a tight affair, JT. 7-5 the way of Sam Atkinson. She was 5-3 down, so it's won the last few ends.
Tash just shot another one too. I'm entertained by that far rink semi.
A little bit of a stoppage in play, isn't there, JT? Boys look like they're about to resume proceedings once again. Right, maybe just the reset. That's what he needed. Nails it with his first. Really handy opener.
Grant wasn't far away then.
Yeah, good shot, just ducking away. Toddy's still holding one. Toddy pretty good again here. Just falling short. Won't look great from the mat for Grant, but can still draw around the last one. Just under the line.
Toddy not far away, just got to drop now.
Sort of turns one in and one out. Not sure whether might still be holding one.
I reckon it's two.
Cat is missing on the wide side. Toddy, I think, turned his back on that fairly early on in the piece. Realised he hadn't sent it. Have a look. I think Poppy's already making his way back, so must be confident that it's a couple. Confirmed. And the lead changes once again. Todd Trewarne 10, Grant Catterick 9. We saw Gussie McIsaac on marking duties earlier on this morning, JT.
That's it.
Not a lot of footwear to speak of. Can't see him at the moment. I'm going to take a guess. He's camped away, found a TV screen somewhere.
Watching.
Big Richmond fan. Back in the contest. And for those that took Liam Baker in their Supercoach drafts this season, He'll be happy. And that might have only been me in the entire competition.
Don't think anybody cares.
About time. About time, yeah, I care. Joe Gibkiss asking for an update from the Middle Park guys. Well, Dean is absolutely flying. Leads Wayne pretty, 15 shots to 7. And he's opening bowl at the end as a front resting toucher. Speaking of touches, that's a handy start from Grant Catterick. Rips right in behind.
Correct.
Benny Sale in a tight battle against Michael Funk. Both boys had 21-20 victories in their previous round. Michael currently leads 11 shots to 6.
They were the two real tight matches in that last round.
Yeah, they were both
Sammy.
out there.
Yeah.
It's fine margins. Wait here early from Todd. Just missing on the wrong side of to where the shot bowl was. It's a funny old game, this, JT. No one's really finding any rhythm to... Like, there is a chance for either player to, if they can start grouping 3 or 4
String
an
a
end,
couple. Yep.
to get on a roll. There is an opportunity for either of the boys here. You see, it's only sort of just 1 or 2 bowls and end that are right in the area. We've seen if you can nail one here, it can be tricky to get off. Sort of really draw or drive this one.
Todd. Oh. Little lucky there. Got the dream result. Grant's running on the forehand semi.
Oh, and anything could have happened there as well, JT. Strange old end. And after end is completed, it'll be 1 shot the way of TREWARNE.
Need to stand up, Sammy. Get myself up and about here for the big finish.
Pretty confident, JT. We've still got a long way to go.
I'm just looking around over there, here, there, and everywhere.
And there's plenty of action happening. It's taken us 13 ends to get to this point in the game.
They're not huge scores, hey?
We've seen 1-3 away Grant Catterick. That was on end 2. The remaining 12 ends have been 1s and 2s. Todd with the last couple ends in a row. See if he can get a little bit of momentum rolling. It's a very handy starter. Couple scores coming in from over at Morwell. Of course, a few men's games. Last 16 action over there. Brett Marnie taking on Tyson Cromie. Pidge currently leading 9 shots to 6. Matty Curter 1 ahead of Rod Peterson, 9 shots to 8. And the other game there is between Dave Ashby and Neville Brown. Nev Brown looking the goods, leading 12 shots to 3.
Jade, the score next door. Michael Funk is leading 11-6 versus Benny Sale.
Toddy missing his weight with the second one. Great Catterick also trying to make an adjustment. Slides on by. And then the other two games at Moyle this evening, JT, are the two other women's quarterfinals. Jess Alvaro taking on Lisa Phillips. Lisa Phillips in control, leading 16-5. A cracking match against Cass Millerick in a previous round. As Todd wants this one to run all the way up to the line and give Catters nothing to play at. Good shot. Really good shot. Still, Catters not afraid to play any weight here. Well, half a chance as well.
Oh,
Oh, here's a touch out, follows through, and the jack
stays in, I reckon.
falls into the ditch, just stays in. Out to the, pretty much you can see where Todd's standing over, that's right where the jack is. Will not have a clue as to what the situation actually is at the head. Well, fair bit happening. Both the boys still with one bowl to come, so
Plenty of
room
room.
to draw the shot. Yep.
But it's not easy,
Nah, it's
though.
not an easy draw out there, I don't think. JT from
May not know exactly where the lines are to hit.
previous terms, just got to have the weight to get past the 2 metre mark here.
That's the key.
That's the most important thing.
Doesn't
and-
want to crash on his own. No, he's done it well.
Yeah,
That's a
pretty
good
good.
bowl.
Yeah, it's a good shot. And the other, as Grant Catterick makes his way back to the mat, the other quarter-final at Morwell between Emma Spicer and Selena Goddard. Both ladies have had pretty successful tournaments so far. Selena leading 10 shots to 5. Still plenty to play out there. Alrighty. Grant will look to just try and outdraw this. Doesn't love it out of the hand. And
Quick, isn't he?
that's probably why, thinking JT. So, here we go, Toddy TREWARNE. What are we looking at, JT, here? We're looking at second shot?
Yeah, I think
Definitely
so.
got one.
Yeah, definitely look at the second shot.
Alrighty, well, the guys put the tape on it. We'll do a quick score update, shall we, JT?
Mm-hmm.
Get around the green. Other men's last 16 games. Local Funk leading Benny Sale 13 shots to 6 as he lets rip a drive to Ben Sale on the rink next door.
Hit it well.
Whew,
Jack killed.
Jack's gone over a
His
rink and a
toucher
half.
went directly behind, underneath the number nearly.
Close for the shot. Other games, Dean Curran well on his way against Wayne Pretty. Dean leads 18-7, but Wayne has won the last end, so a score to go on there. Scotty Boshin and Matt Robertson starting to tighten up there. JT,
Although Bosch won the last end.
Bosch 13-9 with an end to go on. Back here, just the one. The way of Todd TREWARNE, leading 12 shots to 9, has the last 3 ends in a row. Just taking it, took that break and reset.
Worked for him, didn't it?
It's been the better play in the last 3 ends. And then the far rink, Wayne Morris leads Frank Krislovich 12 shots to 10. And now 2 women's quarterfinals. Tash Van Eldick just 2 away from victory against Jane Hurst, leads 19-8. And Sammy Atkinson still in a battle against Stephanie Hunt from City Memorial. Sammy leads 11 shots to 7. Another really handy start by Todd. She'll come in, Lisa Phillips through to the semi-final. First victory of the round. She'll take on the winner of the Emma Spicer, Selena Goddard clash. Yeah, great semi-final. Selena's just picked up a 3 as well to go 13-6 ahead.
Grant, not far away. Slides past Toddy shot bolt.
Just struggling the last little bit here, Grant. He's right in the contest. Obviously, it's 12-9, 21 up. Still anyone's game. Just feel that Todd's just drawing a little bit better. It's good again here.
Yeah, playing well. Grant was thinking about changing them. Over in the far rink, Frankie Krislovich picked up 2. It's now 12-all.
Franketh working his way back into that. Chipping away at the Wayne Morris lead, and it's level for the first time just about since the start of the game, I reckon, JT. Grant Catterick has made things very close here. Todd's asked Bob for his opinion, and Bob likes Todd for shot still. One to the left-hand side of the centre line.
Oh, Toddy.
Oh,
Blocks
shot
that.
that is.
Oh, that
Turns
is-
it perfectly, one roll.
3 shots.
Puts Catters in some real pressure now. Haven't seen either of the guys being able to apply any scoreboard pressure. I think the most anyone's ever led by is probably 3, which is what Todd leads by right now.
Does he opt to draw or does he go the pack? He's got
Go
the
the
3
pack.
back bowls
If
too.
he flicks the jack out of bounds, he's got 3 on the respot. How brave will Grant Catterick be here?
He's not running.
Opting to draw the shot.
Asking for it to hold on. Oh.
Well, still a couple. Might still be 3, JT.
Could be 2. Maybe top 1.
We'll wait for Grant to come down and
Nah,
check things
3 it
out.
is.
Still 3. Big run of momentum now the way of Todd Trewarne. Last 4 ends in a row has opened up a 15-shot to 9 lead. He felt the way the game was developing. He was just working into it, and finally that's started to be reflected on the scoreboard. Biggest lead for the game. Six shots away from booking himself a place in the quarter-final.
Another first good bowl by Toddy Trareworn.
Yeah, good start at this time from Grant. Best opening bowl he's had in a little while. Still 1 down, but can something to work off. Work with. He's just the weight there. Forces Grant to change hands. He might have anyway. Set the bowl, trail the jack to his own. Yeah, definitely arriving, JT.
He's nearly getting to Toddy's bowl. Does it do enough?
Yeah, good as Bob Carlson, mate. No hesitancy. Have a quick look on the side of the head. Clear signal of one, still the way of Todd. Didn't want to crash his own, so changed to the backhand, but in doing so, fell short. Now Grant CATTERICK's lining up on his backhand. What's he thinking here, JT?
He's running.
Not close. Oh. Wow. Bit happening. He's collected the front one. In doing so, he's also clipped his own out.
Still only one down though.
Gives Todd a little bit of room though to add a second in here. Initially, his reaction was he seemed quicker out of the hand.
Look at
But was short with his last bowl, so might be okay.
Ooh.
Just run too far, I think, has a JT. Alright, so Grant one down again with work to do with his last bowl. There's room for the shot to be drawn.
Just going to slide past, I think, Sammy.
Just a fraction over to get down from there, that's all. Another in the way of Todd TREWARNE. 5 ends in a row. JT opens up a 16-shot-to-9 lead. A few people keen for a few score updates. We'll get around to them. Ring next door, Michael Funk leading Ben Sale, 15 shots to 7. Dan Curran just 1 away from victory against Wayne Pretty, leading 20 shots to 8. Although the game looks like it'll continue over there, JT. Wayne with the last bowl.
Unless Wayne does something silly himself.
And holding, pretty tight head. Keep an eye on to see what happens. Toddy's brought the mat. And up here. Jack just about on the 2 metre mark. Wayne picks up a couple, so that score goes to 20 to 10, the way of Dan Curran. Scotty Boschen has opened back up again against Matt Robertson. Back out to a 17-9 lead. Good shot by Robbo there. Would have made a couple. And the far rank, Frankie Krislovich has hit the lead. Leads 13-12 against Wayne Morris. And might have been a couple down was Frank with his last bowl and just drawn the shot. Asking for this one to settle, gave it a good chance. No speed. Oh, a bit of noise over there, JT. What's happened?
The Moose put the jack in the pit for one. It's got a bit of atmosphere, that game over there, Sammy.
Yeah, so it ties things back up again, does it, JT? 13 apiece. It's going to be a big finish.
There's some support for both players over there, and
yeah, a bit on the line, Joshy. There's a spot in the quarterfinals up for grabs. Todd just asking what the situation is. Todd one down. Grant CATTERICK's bowl. It's about a bowl short of Jack High as the shot.
he getting there,
He's just-
Sammy? Don't
just
think. I think he's just
underplayed
shy.
that. Had every chance to play the same weight with his first there. Just drop the speed. CATTERICK sticking on what is his forehand.
He's got to hang now. Just crashes into Toddy's last bowl.
Nearly got a little bit of a straightener. To change Toddy's shot at all? JT, still a backhand positive draw, or is there chances on the forehand now?
Behind the head. No, I think you could probably draw it either way, to be honest with you, Sammy. Stops and go, backhand.
Ooh, close here, JT, if he clears the front.
He has played this extremely well.
Oh, what a big shot that is from Todd Trewarne.
There's the Bob Toddy.
One down, he's got all the momentum in this game, the last 5 ends in a row. And turns the jack around the corner to make a couple. Yeah, what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 7 games in action here under the roof. Plenty happening, including on this stream rink where Todd Trewarne holds 2. CATTERICK with the last bowl needs to make something happen. Just clips his own and runs away from the head. It'll be another couple away of Todd. Absolutely flying now. 18-9 the score. Just 3 away from victory. Last 6 ends in a row. And the first game done. In the 4th and final knockout round of the day. Natasha Van Eldik through to the semi-final against Jan Hurst, a 21-10 victory. She'll play the winner of the quarterfinal contest next door, where Sam Atkinson leads 13 shots to 8 over Stephanie Hunt. Of course, Lisa Phillips also through in the other half of the draw. She'll play the winner of Emma Spicer and Selena Goddard. Selena's picked up another end to go 15-6 ahead. Still now just within 3 shots of winning this match. A handy starter again. Great speed. A little bit of a discussion there, not sure what that was all about. A couple scores of games at Morwell in the men's singles as well. Brett Marnie is commanding 19 shot to 8 lead against Tyson Cromie. Did pick up a 4 in the middle stages as well, did Pidge. This way, we didn't think there'd be much between Matt Curter and Rod Peterson. Well, there's still nothing separating them. JT locked at 13 apiece.
How close is that? Toddy.
CATTERICK jumps over to the forehand here. Just trying to get something going.
Doesn't want to run through too far. Might have.
Yeah, might have. And the only other game at Morwell in the men's round of 16 is Dave Ashby against Nev Brown. Nev Brown leading 15 shots to 10. Those games have live scoring up and running. So if you're interested throughout the evening to jump on and check proceedings, jump on results portal, bowls now app, and end updates. TODD trying to add another one to the count here. He's got the weight to do so. He's pretty good here.
One here, Sammy.
That's the best.
Was it 2 or 3?
Tell you what, wouldn't be far off being 3, I don't think. Josh, the left one of Todd's might be just a fraction too short to
Grant
count.
doesn't want to go sliding through that hole again.
If he
Although
falls
Bob's
in,
back, that might change things.
okay. Pretty confident Todd will ask for Bob to see what the go is. He does. We'll get an indication now. Todd's going to come for a closer look.
No,
See
good.
if there's a way to...
He might be able to win the match here.
Yeah, he might be able to win the match. Does he want to leave himself open to dropping a number at the back as well? If there's a chance to win the game, you're going at the third and make Grant play the shot, though, I guess.
I reckon, at this stage, with the lead he's got.
Yeah.
Depends if he's got 2 or 3 or not.
Yeah. See if we can get a bit of an indication from...
Well, it is 3.
So it's already 3.
So I reckon he covers. There you go. Just to cover himself.
All right, forehand.
Yeah, there's the cover bowl.
Forehand cover.
Smart man.
Just wants to settle inside this last one.
That's even better.
Gets the respot and splits them up perfectly. All of a sudden,
This is the big bowl.
Grant Catterick is game down. Last bowl of the end. Stamps his foot, not really sure it's going to get down in time. JT, as he saved the game,
Oh, he fell.
fell back in. He's got to have cut at least one out.
1.
Oh, did enough for second shot. We continue. Another one the way of TREWARNE. 7 ends in a row. 19-9. Scotty Boshin, 1 away from victory. Leads Matthew Robertson 20 shots to 12. And his opening bowl of that end is right on top of the jack. Dean Kieran hasn't been far away the last couple ends. Still out there playing though against Wayne Pretty. Score is 20-11, and there's another end to go the way of Wayne on that score, I believe. Going on now, would have been 2, so 20 shots to 13.
And he started off well that end too. Next end.
Yep.
Toddy's really up the game, hasn't he? What's it? How many ends are on now?
Yeah, 7 ends in a row. Only the 1-3 in there, but it's just built the bit ahead's been a bit more consistent. Just struggled to find any sort of weight with his first couple of bowls. Todd's really been under pressure.
Good bowl by Grant. He might be down still though. He is.
Todd sticking with the backhand here. Just trying to draw up to his own, see if he can improve the situation.
We might be witnessing the final bowl of the match in the Boshin Robinson match because Robbo's down match here.
Robbo match down, yeah.
Playing his last bowl.
Couple down, wait from Robbo to save the game.
Doesn't like it.
Given up on it, and Scotty Motion through to the quarterfinals of the men's singles. JT pretty...
Just had a sore hand. I was just trying to rub something off on it. Sammy.
All right, Todd still holding here. He's going to do backhand draw. Doesn't want to go too close to this, I wouldn't have thought.
Umpire called again on the Frank and Moose rink, but this time actually for a measure.
It's probably for the
Second
umpire's
shot.
been called about 8 times in that game, and that's the first time
For,
it's been for a measure, so that's good. Moose leading 14-13.
Frank's definitely got
The measure
shot.
to-
One bowl's
to
been
go.
taken out.
Yep. All right, Toddy, his last bowl of the end back here. Getting after it. Where's this going to finish?
Mate, it's nearly drawn another.
Ooh. Oh, falls back. Still one. I think it's still one.
Yeah.
Yep. So once again, for the second in a row, CATTERICK is matched down. A much harder shot than the previous end. Well, he's not much down. He's only on 19. JT, correct me on that. Doesn't want to turn his own out.
And that's game
Oh,
over.
there you go. It's matched down now. Toddy Trareworn. Very impressive performance the last hour or so of that game.
Yeah.
He's just able to find this tricky stream rink a little bit better. Able to find the line and put a bit of pressure on with his first couple of bowls. Too good in the end. Last 8 ends in a row of the contest. 21-9 shot victory. Dan Curran also through to the quarterfinals against Wayne Pretty. Still a couple games going on here as well as out at Morwell. We'll make sure we got those live scores up to date, JT.
That's it, Sammy.
And we'll see you back at Morwell Bowling Club tomorrow
Sounds
for Triples
good.
Day. All the best to those playing. Thanks for tuning in throughout the day. And we'll see you back tomorrow for the 2024 Henslight Victorian Open.
See you, Sammy.
The Trareworn Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Trareworn Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
In the UK, there's a bowl for every surface for the Henselite product. But overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because I love the grip and the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes me one of the best players in the world.